Hey everyone, James Dunn here from CJDC-TV. You know, it's by-election time here in Fort St. John on May 15th, and today we're taking a look at all 5 of the candidates that are eyeing for your vote to replace outgoing Councillor Becky Grimsrud. Today it is Sarah MacDougall. How are you doing, Sarah?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Good. So let's just get right to it. Why don't you just first off just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, as you said, my name is Sarah, and I've lived in Fort St. John since about 2007. Moved here from Nova Scotia to accept a position with Northern Health after university.
And what did you do with Northern Health?
I held 3 different positions over my 13 years there. First was environmental health officer, so that's working with business owners and the public. The second was public health planner. Now that one's more policy writing, kind of back burner committee work, project work. And then the third was as team lead for environmental health. So of course leading the team as well as chairing committees, leading projects, liaising with stakeholders. And this is all regional and provincially.
And so, you know, is Northern Health the only job that place that you've worked at since you've came to Fort St. John?
I actually worked at Tony Roma's for a couple of years when I first moved here, in addition to working for Northern Health, just to save up some extra money for my wedding.
And are you still working for Northern Health?
No, I left my position there in August of this past year.
Okay, so August 2020.
Yes.
So you've really been surrounded by nothing more but COVID-19 and the pandemic, and so how important is it that now that we're starting to see more of the end of it with vaccines rolling around, how important is it for someone from Northern Health to get on a city council seat, much like here at Fort St. John?
Well, I think it's very important to have someone from that type of perspective and background. To my knowledge, there is no one on council currently that has the healthcare background. And with COVID-19, that's certainly important. There's a lot going on with that. I do hope we're at the end of that. I think we're all ready to see our friends and family again, to travel again, and just get back on to normal life. But I think it goes deeper than that, in that I have a lot of experience hiring and trying to retain staff. And that's something that the Health Authority and other businesses in town really struggle with. And so I'd like to lend my voice to that recruitment and retention initiative that the city and other organizations are always undertaking.
Right. And so what are some of the things that you value as a person?
As a person, I would say family is up there, number one. Especially living in a town like this, family is a very family-oriented town. So that really plays into what values to me. But also just the community in general, knowing that we are continually improving and always doing our best. I'm a very motivated person and like to keep busy, and I see that everywhere in Fort St. John. Everybody here is hard workers and just passionate about what they do, and so that's something that's also important to me.
Right, and I've noticed a lot on your social media that you post a lot of photos with your kids doing stuff on the weekends. How important is that for you to get that out to the voters and make them feel, I guess, more connected to you as a person to get on the city council seat?
Yes, it's very important for me to show the city and the voters who I am as a person. And that's what we do, whether it's an election time or not an election time. We're out in the community doing things together as a family. And with less ability to interact with people in person this year, I think it's really important to kind of showcase who you are a little more on social media.
Right, and so I guess my next question would be, what differs you from the competition? What something that you can say that you are proud of that some of your other opponents can't really say? So what makes you unique enough to voters that might turn them on to you to vote for you?
I think it comes down to my background, experience, and qualifications. I am someone who has the experience in healthcare, who's worked in this town for a long time, who's also I came as a first-generation resident, and I really put my roots down here. So not only did my husband and I decide to stay, but we have had our 4 children here. We're raising them in this town, and my parents actually moved here when they retired so that we could be a multi-generational family in this town. I also have that perspective of being in a leadership role in the community and trying to recruit and retain people to the area. Also, having worked with so many different business owners in my role as an environmental health officer. So I have that experience. But I also have experience kind of from a financial standpoint, which I think is important. Fiscal responsibility is just so important when you're dealing with public funds. Now, that's something that we were always cognizant of at Northern Health. Every dollar you spend is public money, and so you have to be accountable for everything that you do. As well as I've been on the board at Totem Preschool. This is my 4th year on the board, my 2nd year as treasurer, and so I just have that great experience of working within tight financial margins that are a non-profit organization. There is no money to go over budget, so I have that experience of fiscal responsibility as well. And then just who I am. You know, I'm a mother with 4 young kids who are active in the community, and I'm the wife of someone who works out in industry, who's also had a couple of setbacks with getting laid off because they're my husband's jobs, actually the 2 businesses he worked at shut down and he got laid off. And so we had to struggle. And that economic stability is just really important to me as well. So just all of those pieces of my background and experience combined with my qualifications, I think really set me apart from my competition.
Well, Sarah, it's been a pleasure knowing you. It's been a pleasure learning about you, and hopefully you did too. By-election's May 15th, but also you can learn more about the way the candidates feel about the issues rather than just the personality part of this test. We're having an all candidates forum on May 3rd from 7 until 8:30. We'll be live streamed right here on the CJDC's Facebook page. Hope to see you there.